YouTube. How's it going? It's Carl Chesov here. Terry the Psychic Medium, pixelated a little bit, which is fine. So I just made a live on Facebook about what was it about? The fact that everything was a light. So the 4 years ago uh, was a very difficult time for me. I got fell in love with the woman that I married. We left here, wasn't sure where we were going or what we was doing. It was very intense, very unstable, and I was trying to do my best to, navigate and see everything and try to keep, all of us okay, and do what was right for, her, for the baby, for everybody involved. But I could kind of see, a lot of the different outcomes. It was very messy because you had lots of other people's energy and lots of external influences involved that were pushing and pulling. And it's, I kind of didn't have a leg to stand on and wasn't anchored in my stability and my security to maintain healthy boundaries. And I left here and I left everything that I knew and I went to the States. And my business was closed at the time. So, yeah, I put myself in a position that was not good. And also, I believed that that was the best thing for everybody involved. Um, but yeah, I put myself in a very in a silly financial situation as well because I ended up then being dependent, on her and her family, which not good. But we thought that that would be the best thing to do because she could flip some houses with her family. Uh, we could make a lot of money, leave, and then be where we needed to be for me to then start, going back into a space of being open with my work in the right place, the right location, wherever that was, because it didn't seem like things were working here at the time. So that was that. Um, when the shit hit the fan, I left there. We'd had some arguments. I also felt a little bit like I was being pushed and pulled, manipulated and controlled. And I said, I can't, I need to, this is not working. Um, yeah, the stress of it as well was making me collapse, which hadn't happened for a while. It started when my grandmother died, and it hadn't happened for a while, but this relationship brought it back up again. And so that was very difficult as well. Obviously, her hormones were completely all over the show because she was pregnant. So, you know, it just wasn't good for either of us. Um, so anyway, I could see a lot of the different outcomes and scenarios, and then realised that hold on, if the only way to kind of make to I went back to the UK, uh, realised that okay, you now need to go get on a plane and come back here, and that will sort everything out. And I woke up and I didn't get on the plane. I couldn't do it, and my life just imploded, and I ended up in the most awful fucking situation. Um, in sheltered housing in the UK, surrounded by drug addicts and alcoholics, and I'm like, I had lived a very free life with my own business, and now I'm in this trap. I'm stuck, and I was so angry that I had tried to think about everybody else. I had abandoned myself really and my own needs, and was trying to do the best for once again everybody involved, and I just felt like it had all gone wrong. Um, and then I felt like, well, I fucked up because I should have got on the plane, which maybe I should have done, but I didn't. And so, yeah, I ended up in that space, and I thought the only way for me to get out of this is to not be here anymore, because I could see that I'm stuck here now. I'm not going to be able to get out and resolve all of this. It's done, it's finished, it's over, done. And I went, that's it, I'm done. So I tried to take my own life, really, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. But, when you're in such a space like that, where you're, in the UK, the benefit system is you can't work over a certain amount because they won't pay for your accommodation. So you have to stay on benefits in the accommodation or you end up homeless. So there wasn't a way for me to do the work that I'm meant to do, which I've done for years. And I was going to be stuck there once again, living with alcoholics and drug addicts after working, years and years and years to get my ass out of, a life that wasn't great, essentially. So I said, the only way that I'm getting out of this, I'm gone, I'm done. You can all deal with it because I have worked my ass off once again to get to a point of love, relationship, partnership, children after years of abuse and drugs and blah, 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 all of that shit. I went, right, okay, done with this. And yeah, yeah. And then this is how things are. So they work, to sound crazy, but as I kind of entered into the spirit world, yeah, my daughter was coming in. And I don't care what nobody says, but my energy went out and helped to bring her in. And then because I was in such a in between space, it's then I was then gifted some money to get my ass out and get into Mexico, which I'm telling you, they're very traumatic. To get my butt back here because I was trying to get back to my wife and get back to my baby and get back to the things that I'd cultivated. Now I know that I think what was happening was I was being forced to go back to old spaces in order to move and shift. Some of the relationship with my family, some of the relationship with stability, security, my issues with boundaries, people pleasing, putting myself second, abandonment, all of those wounds that were in me, I was forced back into a space to pop it before my daughter came in so that she weren't coming into all of that shit. Yeah. Um, if you are still following this, wonderful, hello. Um, but yeah, this is why I think everything is in alignment. And since then, it took me years to get over the fact, first of all, to recover from that. Second of all, to get over the fact that I felt I had fucked up and made the wrong choices and wrong decisions, even though other people around me were not supporting my boundaries and helping me to, make healthy decisions and choices and love me really. And I understand that that's part of my responsibility. But yeah, I was being pushed and manipulated by the people around me. Sorry. So yeah, not good. But since then, I've realised that once again, I've had all of these different experiences that have told me everything was in alignment. It was always in alignment. You know, Actually, it happened the way it was meant to. I was meant to be away from, the woman I married and who I believe is my soulmate, my partner, my twin flame, my union. Um, you know, I had some very intense meditations afterwards of really holding the space while she was having my daughter, even though I wasn't physically there. And then the experience that I had. Ooh, why is this frozen?